can have your seat. Kindly introduce yourself and tell us why you are here today.
Thank you for the question. My name is Michael Apia Danson, a level 300 student, offering Bachelor's of Public Health Disease Control. And I am an aspirant for the NUCS president position. Here. Yes, please. Okay.
Is the microphone on?
Yes, please.
Struggling to hear you. Yes, you can. Can you answer the question?
Yeah. For the local NUCS president position. Thank you.
When you were going outside, I was calling you. It looks like you did not hear it. You are supposed to present all your documents to them. Thank you.
Okay. You are welcome, Mr. Apia. What's it, Mr. Apia Danso? Okay. Can you tell us some of the qualifications for an individual who would like to hold the position of a local NUCS president? What are some of the qualifications? Kindly speak up. It seems your mic is... So kindly speak up.
Okay. I hope you can hear me.
I can hear you better
All right.
now.
As I was saying, I said that a candidate must at least spend a year in the university. And from the constitutional instruments from the EC, the candidate must have at least 2.5. The first one is about the CGPA. Somebody who doesn't attain the minimum requirement can be disqualified.
What else?
A student who doesn't show or present good attitude too can be disqualified.
Isn't the Constitution that someone doesn't show good attitude? I'm basically asking you about the Constitution also.
The third one is about the minimum. Let me say the percentage from the vetting committee. That's the 80%.
I said Constitution.
From the Constitution.
Constitution. let's stick to the Constitution. We'll move to the CI. But what I'm asking you has to do with the Constitution.
From the Constitution.
Have you read chapter?
Pardon, please.
Chapter 6 of the Constitution.
Yeah. Please, your question again.
Have you read chapter 6 of the SRC Constitution?
Chapter 6.
So what are some of the roles and responsibilities of the president?
Thank you for your question. The first one, number one, is that the local NUCS president serves as a liaison between the SRC and the National Secretariat.
Okay, what else?
The second one, too, is that the local NUCS is accountable to the respective SRC and the National Secretariat.
What else?
Then the third one is that they serve as the voice.
Up to where does it climb? I think the local news has a channel. So what channel, where does the voice go? Where's the voice channel to?
To the SRC, because they work together with the SRC, then to the National Secretariat too.
To the National
Secretariat too.
Of
NUCS.
Okay. Very well. Can you mention some of the local NUCS executives you know? I mean in UHAS. So my questions are related to UHAS.
It's about the local
NUCS executives.
Within my province.
In UHAS.
In UHAS. Okay, I know in UHAS in general. I know of Mr. Ebenezer Adumatano.
No, I want the portfolios. Don't worry.
The portfolios.
Okay, but if you know the portfolio and the person currently occupying it, you can as well mention it. That's fine.
Okay. So I know of Mr. Aduma Ebenezer Tano as the president for local NUCS. Hohoe.
Okay.
Yeah, and I know of Mr. Eric Efrede as the president for local NUCS. Hohoe. And I know of Mr. Ziu Mollison as the treasurer for local NUCS. Yes, please. That's all.
That's the only one. Those are the only portfolio. So what? Okay, fine. So those are the only people you know personally to currently occupy portfolios in local NUCS. But are there any other portfolios you've not mentioned?
Okay, we have the local NUCS has the secretary portfolio too.
Okay.
Yes.
On which campus?
On both campuses within the university.
Okay. Do you know how we got the local NUCS treasurer and secretary for Hohoe campus?
Thank you for your question. They were appointed.
Okay.
By the president.
Okay. They were appointed by the president.
The NUCS president.
They were just appointed by the NUCS president.
They were appointed by the president and approved by Parliament. The UHAS SRC Parliament.
Okay. So, but if you appoint someone, is there a need for approval? Was it more of a recommendation for approval, or was an appointment and approval? Because
can you please,
I think, approval should come before you are appointed. So is it that they were recommended and then they were appointed?
They were recommended.
Okay.
And they were approved by the SRC.
Because it's part of your CV, they are part of the state parliament.
Yes, please.
Okay, so you should know these things. Anyway, let's talk a bit more about your policy document. I can see it's essentially just a page.
Yes, please.
It's essentially just a page. Can you tell me what you think a policy document is? What's a policy document?
Thank you for the question. A policy document should contain the points and the explanation to the points.
The points? Which points?
Let me say the ideas or the policies.
Okay.
Yes. And the explanation for the policies.
Okay. So, which policy have you mentioned in the document?
I mentioned in the policy, I've stated to foster a vibrant representation.
Okay.
Then I have...
So is that a policy?
Yes, please.
Foster a vibrant representation?
Yes.
Okay. Local NUCS will strengthen under my leadership to ensure quality representation of National Secretariat on Hohoe campus.
Yes.
That's
please.
your policy?
Yes, please.
Okay. Was the criteria for the vetting shared with you?
Yes, please.
Okay.
That is... are you asking about the CI?
No, the criteria for the vetting is different from the CI.
Yes, yes, yes.
Would you know the full meaning of the CI?
Yes.
What does it mean?
That's a constitutional instrument.
Okay. So the criteria was shared with you. Can you take me through some of the parts of the criteria?
Okay, the criteria it wasn't said to us to go through. Sorry, but we were told of the criteria.
In terms of policy, what were you told about the policy, the feasibility of the policy? What were you told about SMART?
Yes, please, yeah.
So what does SMART?
SMART represent, it should be specific,
Okay.
it should be measurable,
Okay.
achievable,
Okay.
relevant,
Relevant.
yes, and time-bound.
The policies you've mentioned here are specific.
Yes, please.
Capacity building. NUCs will organize financial entrepreneurship and leadership training programs. Do you think it's measurable?
Yes.
You are sure it's measurable?
Yes,
How
please.
do you measure them?
I'll measure it in terms of the percentage of the number of students that we will get.
Yes.
Train them based on the policy.
Okay. So when you want to measure something, there's possibly a standard. There's an expectation, right?
Yes.
It's like, just like there's you have to cross. Your policies are very, it's more of like a rather than a policy. Let me give you an example. An example of a policy by this current government, national government, to improve the economics of the country, right? The thematic area is the economy, how to improve the economy and living standards, and maybe reduce unemployment. It's one district, one factory, right? And now we have factories, like there's a factory making a confit juice. So now they have a plan, right? And that plan, they are producing juice. They've shown you how many people can be employed. For example, under unemployment, you have NAPCO. Under health, you have the National Health Insurance Scheme. You have Agenda 111. So that is how a policy document is supposed to go. You can have thematic areas, but you have specific things. Maybe in the first quarter of this year, I want to do this and this and this. And these are my targets. But these things, I cannot hold you because you can tell me that maybe you wanted to organize only one seminar for 30 minutes. And I cannot hold you by this. Because this is just a broad area. Unfortunately, I don't think this qualifies. I don't know if, did you make any reference to other policy documents?
Yes, I showed it to some of the...
No, I didn't ask you if you showed. Did you make reference to other policy documents?
No, please.
Okay, thank you.
Honorable Apia,
Yes, sir.
do you have a copy of your CV over there?
CV?
Yeah.
No.
Open to where you have your personal details. Do you see anything wrong with that one, with that page? Do you see anything wrong?
Please, can you rephrase it?
I'm asking if you see anything wrong with that particular page. To repeat CV at the top and with your name, Mr. attached to it. Do you think it's necessary? Yes or no?
Yes, please.
You think it's necessary?
Yes.
How? Because with your personal details, you indicated your name. So I was thinking if you indicate CV and your name, then it should cut across all pages at the top, right?
Yeah.
So do you see anything wrong with it, yes or no?
Oh, okay. Yes, yes, okay. Yes.
Let's continue.
Okay.
Open to where you have your skills and competence.
Okay.
Are you there?
Yes,
Are
please.
the IT skills, do you see anything wrong with that one too, that particular line? Yes or no?
No, please.
No. Okay, you wrote expert in Microsoft Office, right? Then you
Yes.
indicated PowerPoint, Excel again. So you want to tell me that PowerPoint and Excel are not part of Microsoft Office?
They are part, but I wanted to be specific.
So, per what I have over here, you are not being, like you rather indicated that PowerPoint, or you could have indicated that example being PowerPoint and Excel. You have not even indicated Word. So you are not being specific over here. So meaning you don't know anything about Word.
Okay, it's an oversight.
So you don't know anything about Word.
No, I know something about Word.
So why didn't you indicate Word too?
It's an oversight.
Wow.
Yes.
President oversight just this document, or probably you didn't take this phase of your process serious, right?
Not that.
Are you sure?
Yes, please.
Okay, let's continue. You also indicated software and hardware, right? You said excellent working knowledge in software and hardwares, right?
Yes,
So can we
please.
go deep into it, or we should just leave it like that? Because if we are able to go deep into it, then I can say, okay, when Honorable Apia is voted into power, he can he can help students to know more about this software, this hardware, how to diagnose their laptops and the likes. So I want to assess your knowledge on software and hardware. Can we go into it?
No, please.
We can, so meaning your excellent working knowledge in software and hardware, you are just lying to us.
No.
So can we go into it? Because you indicated excellent. There's nothing greater than excellence, right? So we can go into it.
Okay.
Can we?
All right.
We can go into it.
All right.
Okay. So let's start with the hardware first, right? So mention 3 hardwares of a laptop. Just laptop, less. 3 hardwares.
Hardwares of a
Yeah,
laptop.
just hardwares. Yes, 3 per.
Thank you. We have the mouse, the keyboard.
Continue.
Then we have the mouse pad. Then we have the charger.
You see, you indicated excellent working knowledge, meaning this question you shouldn't have even, you just flow, right? Okay, mention 3 components you can find on the motherboard. Excellent means you are perfect in it. So you are lying to us.
know.
No, you are lying, meaning excellent working knowledge in software and hardware. You are lying to us.
Oh, I'm not lying.
You are lying because you can't even mention the hardwares found on the motherboard. Not even RAM. You can't even mention RAM. You can't even mention the CPU. That means you are lying to us.
I learned you ask about the motherboard.
Yes, the component found on the motherboard. Okay, let's continue. So you also indicated that
Thank you, sir. Oh, I'll drink it. I'll drink it.
so management skills. If I get you right, it seems you have indicated that you are good at that
Yes,
particular
please.
statement. Do you have a pen over there?
Do I have a?
A pen.
No, please.
Come for mine. Let's do something. You should just write. Just write. So take the pen. Okay, so I'll give you some question, like math question, right? Then you write it, and I'll be asking you questions as well, and you make sure you solve the math